It's not about motivation. Winners need discipline. Wake up and win today. Discipline comes from within.
Boxing King Media in association with Boxer. Delighted to have with me the main man behind 258 Management, KD. KD, it's good to see you, mate. Firstly, how are we?
Yeah, I'm good. Busy week, but can't complain.
Let's just go back to Saturday. Ben Whittaker, a lot of noise, a lot of talk. Where are you with the criticism that he gets from one side? You got plaudits from the other side. Is there a balance, or are you content with what is going on and how he's performing and kind of showcasing his way of fighting?
Am I content? You know what? I've known Ben since he was in the amateur system. I saw him picking up the honours on the world level, the European level, all of that. So everybody who's known about Ben Whittaker for a long time is so used to this, and we've seen it in the gym. When he was down at GB, there was a lot of professionals that used to come down. I won't go into naming them, but he's been doing this for a very long time. Even if you watch his Olympic run, he was doing it at the highest level. So it's nothing new to us and everybody who's been a part of watching him prior to the weekend. So I'm not too fazed about it. We've seen that some people like it and some people don't, and that's just them, to be honest. You can't be everyone's cup of tea, so it is what it is.
I saw him all over Sky Sports News yesterday, over 100,000 followers in the last 24 hours.
More than that. He's jumped from around 200,000 to nearly 500,000 right now, and it's just going to keep growing.
For being part of his team in the background, it's not just about matchmaking, not about making hundreds and millions of pounds, but is it also about branching him out to other countries like we saw in America, and a lot of fighters and a lot of audiences have come from that side? Is that make sure the algorithms are right so everyone can capture him?
Yeah, I think from before he turned professional, Ben always knew that he had a style that the stateside would take to probably a lot easier than the UK and maybe the rest of the world. So it was always part of the plan to create a presence over there. He initially linked up with Sugar, who was part of the Kronk, and everything is kind of got a method to the madness. So this isn't anything new to us. It's just seeing the plan go in order of the plan. So I'm happy that he's getting this traction. I'm happy that people around the world who haven't been able to get their eyes on him have, and it's come at a great point of his career, because I think it's early enough to follow the journey. In boxing, we like to follow a journey. You don't like to just switch on to someone, but you've got a great opportunity at the start of somebody's career to follow a journey and see him pick up titles and see him make his way to the top, which is where I believe he'll go.
I want to go back to last Friday. Rumours started circulating on Twitter. Then the facts and the statements come out. Fury Usyk is off. Just your immediate reaction when you heard that?
Immediate reaction was, unfortunately, it's weird because there was always an element of doubt in our heads whether it came from something like this, which I believe is genuine and unfortunate, or whether there was going to be some type of fake injury or something. I feel like the boxing world always had their ifs and buts about whether or not this fight would take place when it did. So I think that for me was the first thing, like, what's happening here? But look, I think there's enough footage out there to see that it's genuine, and it's a shame because we've been waiting a very long time to see an undisputed heavyweight bout occur. So yeah, it's a shame, but for me and the side that I work with, it's no skin off us. We've still got a date to focus on, so that's the main thing from my side.
Everyone was unsure whether the card was going to go ahead. Usyk was in deep training camp. He was very much wanting to fight. He hasn't fought, when it comes down to May, close enough to a year, I think about 10 months. Was there any talk about Anthony Joshua jumping in and fighting Usyk on that date?
Official talk, I can rubbish and put that out the window, but conversations and questions were asked. I guess we all know what Anthony's like. I don't think he shies away from anything. So it was never really presented to him like, oh, would you be willing to? Because we already know what his answer would be. So there was also questions about whether or not we'd push our date forward and go on with Ngannou on that day and try and keep a card going. But in all fairness, I think the plan is still the plan, and they've rescheduled a date, and hopefully all the fighters can get back in camp and that night can happen on the new date.
I know you said it doesn't derail your plans, but Turki Al-Sheikh did say at the press conference, Fury Usyk, Joshua Ngannou, winners fight each other. Now you go next. You go March the 8th. You then have to wait another 7-8 weeks before Fury goes and Usyk goes. Is that still the plan?
That's His Excellency's plan. I guess from the management side, we will always be contingency planning for times like this. I think when you look at after the Wallin fight, the talk was, why don't you just wait out for the undisputed fight and then hopefully a belt frees up and you and Hrgovic can get it on and blah. But when you look at it, if we did wait like that, we'd be waiting until well into the second quarter of the year to get a first fight out for Anthony. So I'm happy that he's keeping his activity going. I don't think that we as a team will just wait around to see what happens. His Excellency has a plan, and I'll say that they're very good at executing their plan. However, we will also be planning to keep Anthony active as much as we can and exploring all options, whether it's a prize fighting option, whether it's a strategic option, or just anything just to keep him active. I think he's also stated that, look, I want to fight 3-4 times again this year, so we've got to make it work for Anthony and work for His Excellency as well, whilst he's got his plans.
We know Josh always stays in the gym. He might have his old burgers and chips, but one thing he does do is train all the time. How is his mindset going into Ngannou? You've obviously got some footage that Fury didn't have before, right, in terms of the rounds. But how's his mindset and preparation?
I'd say one thing with him is he's very consistent. So he turns up to the gym, everything's scheduled as planned. I'd say there's no real difference. I can't say, he's happy as hell, he's sad, he's stressed, he's nothing. We're just getting the same Anthony Joshua in a training camp, doing what he does, sticking to the routine, sticking to the schedule, staying consistent, and I just think it's just clock ticking till fight night.
Okay, we've just seen Fabio walk in, the press conference about to start. Katie, appreciate your time as always. Shout out to 258 management as well, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Cool.
Fear. Most people are governed by their habits, their fears, and their opinions of others.